What if it's not about a building? What if it's not about stained glass or steeples? What if it's about just Jesus?
All right, I'm going to throw something out there. Have you ever grown so much that, you kind of forget who you were and people still expect the old you? And I think, Corey, you talked about it on the sermon on Sunday, talking about Saul and Paul. And I've recently talked about Simon and Peter, but I think we all kind of go through our own realm of that in some form of fashion.
Absolutely. It's amazing the transformation that Jesus in us can bring. It's what we're all looking for.
I want my spiritual glow up. That's what we're talking about.
Your aura.
Yeah.
Where's the angelics?
And you say a glow up, but a lot of people would say, no, they've changed. They're not the same person that I knew. They may not consider it a glow up.
But that's why I said spiritual glow up.
Oh.
Because it's not just a visual glow up, it's a spiritual one.
So it's inwardly too.
It's an internal glow up.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to take my kids' advice. Last night we were walking into a football game, and Mila, my oldest daughter, she had a blanket wrapped around her. She looked homeless. It was a pink blanket. She had on a red sweatshirt, and it was dragging the ground, and she looked awful. And Terry, my wife, said, Mila, what are you doing?
Did you tell her she looked awful?
No, but Terry did, my wife. She said, Mila, what are you doing? You look awful. She said, Mom, we don't care what people think.
Get it, girl. That is so true.
But everything I've said up to this point just is about what people think.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think if you're, I don't think it's so much, and that's where it has been, as to what you look like physically, like what you're wearing,
mm-hmm.
and how nice this or that is. Even though you do that well, Savannah.
Well, not this morning. This is...
Hey, we don't care.
That's right. We don't care. This is no makeup, in a sweatshirt, leggings. This is me.
But when you get around somebody and inwardly, like she's talking about spiritually, I can still tell when I get around somebody, no matter what they look, how they're dressed, or what kind of designer brand they have on, whether they are inwardly lit. Oh, that was good.
That's good. That was really good.
Dude.
We're coming out with all these new slang terms.
I don't know if that's new though.
No, I think lit's old, but I still use it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, we don't care.
No, we're lit from the inside.
Yeah. So it's something powerful that when you just come into somebody's presence, if you walk away feeling lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like, and we've talked about this so much, I feel like it's the heart almost of this podcast, feeling like when you walk away from that person, they're thinking, or vice versa, they're thinking like, wow, what is it about them that is, it was so good, it almost lifted my burden. It changed my mind. It was an atmosphere change in my life.
It's infectious. You feel that. They draw you in, and almost like you kind of get that warm, cozy.
Yeah. Positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that shows where the growth is. And because if the growth starts outside first, then it's not good. The growth has to start inwardly, which is why Jesus said, you must be born again. This is an inward transformation inside out.
And I think you're 100% right. And that's where we have trouble. So if we take a break from somebody, we don't see him for 10 years.
Yeah.
Then we run into him. You're like, oh, man, that's great. Jimmy's doing awesome. He looks great. He sounds great. You can tell he's connected to the Lord. Like, all those things are wonderful. but it's the people we see every day, people we see weekly. Like when they make those transitions, it's like,
Yeah.
do you see Jimmy? That's fake. He's making biblical posts on Facebook now. That'll last a week. You know?
Lots of people do that.
Dude, it's reality. I can't help it. Everyone does their own form of that. But at what point do we just accept, like, oh, maybe they are changing? Maybe that is their walk in faith that they're taking.
Yeah.
I think it's hard. It's a struggle when you see that drastic change where it's like 1 minute, you know, they're the ones starting the gossip and doing all the stuff. Then the next minute, you've always got that in the back of your head. Is that real?
But how's that any different than Saul and Paul? You know, and he was drastically like in one day, right? One moment.
Exactly. And that's the only real way that we're talking from a natural standpoint to a supernatural standpoint, almost like Clark Kent and Superman.
Right, yeah.
You know, with Jesus, that's the way that works. And it don't always work that way. It really don't. But then you got so many people that they're negative. They're talking in person and maybe they don't have a positive personality, but then they get on behind that computer screen and it's all positive. Like, that's what we were talking about, right?
Exactly. And what Savannah said is you're right, because it's not always biblical stuff for that hard change. Sometimes they're just scholars overnight over something, you know?
But you know what? I think that in reflection now, after saying that, I think that that's a me problem because it's not my place to judge. And maybe they truly did have this spiritual thing. And I need to think about faith and that it can happen. My God can do those things.
But we're human. We're going to judge people like that.
Unless, I think you're right, unless you see these posts and then you get around them the next day and it's not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, is that genuine or not?
Exactly.
Or is it just a facade you're putting on so people think that you're this spiritual
somebody
person?
you're around all the time. Like they're putting Bible and I mean, you see this all the time and it's jacked. Like you see people gossiping. You see people talking about, you know, the old word in the King James is backbiting. Just talking about your brother or your sister, but then getting on media and acting like a saint, but then turning around just the very next day. But often you see that. And have we all been guilty? Yes. And can you tell when somebody, well, Corey wasn't having a great day today. Oh, okay. But is he always like that? Is he always? And so I think that is what we're hoping for in a person's life, that they're always every day making effort to be better.
And I agree 100%. And I'm going to try to bring this full circle here. It's really like a drug addict. How many times has someone had good intentions of quitting, but then they get back with the same people that they've been hanging out with, and they just fall back into it? They can't help it. A successful drug addict recovers when they go away, when they change their whole cycle, and you push them out, you put them in somewhere else, you transfer them, and you put them with people that are like-minded trying to recover. That's how they do it.
That's good.
And same thing with Jesus, right? That's what happened with him. He had to leave. He had to move.
Yes, you're exactly right. I mean, that's such a good thing, because a lot of times the person, the people, the circle that they're around, maybe they grew up in, like you said, well, that's little Johnny. He's never going to change. That's just a fake when it's not a fake. He's really changed. And you're just like, oh, give that a little while. That's gonna, you know, that
we've seen this cycle on Facebook before.
That news gonna wear off.
Yeah.
But the same thing they said about Jesus when he came with these words of masterous wisdom and just this aura about him, and they were like, "What? This is just Mary's kid. This is just the carpenter's son." And that's what we do. Oh, that's just
they live among us here.
Yeah.
It's just Jesus.
Dude. Come on, give us some kind of button.
That was great. Let me turn that up.
Yeah,
That
turn it
needs
up.
some volume. Oh, there we go. All right. Take it off.
Yeah.
Now we're good.
Hey, and if you that makes me think of what you have talked about the little study on people, whether they will follow you or not, or like your stuff, and according to what it is and how good it is.
You feel pressured to like those like Christian posts, those biblical posts, because they're like, "Ooh, I better," that's
Yeah,
how
and
I
even
feel.
even if it ain't Christian, like, what if it's just somebody, well, really like all of us, just trying to grow and do more on media and stuff and more positive stuff. And me and Stephen was talking, and he was saying that according to, like, say you're not doing so much post or so many posts, and then you start, and then people are like, "Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's not all that good. I'm not liking that."
Absolutely. Let's just use this podcast as an example. Somebody may look at it and say, that's Stephen, man. He's just a new believer. That's Corey. He's just been trying to do this his whole life. And that's
Yeah.
Savannah. She's just whatever. And she's selling jewelry too. I mean, this is just another thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got all of those things that people, just like Jesus,
Yeah.
even if we're trying to do the best thing in the world, there's people that won't like it just because it's not them and that's not us, right?
And it has to, what'd you call it though? It has to change their
It's a
relationship.
transition. Absolutely. That's it.
Yeah, and then they don't, we're this level, we're the same level, so you can't get above that. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you break that barrier. Who is it? Vaughn. What's his name?
Vince Vaughn?
Theo.
Theo
Oh, Theo
Vaughn.
Vaughn, yeah.
Theo Vaughn, and like the other big, huge podcast,
Joe Rogan.
You look at those guys, you see their stuff. I mean, you like it if you like that sort of thing. You like it, and you don't even think about it just because they're awesome and they're hilarious and they're going to have this breakthrough, informative, or information, and it's just like, if it's somebody else on your level, it's very hard to break through that and to do good things that even right now we're trying to do, like tell the world about Jesus.
Absolutely. There's a
Just
guy on the
Jesus.
radio. Yeah.
That's right.
There's a guy on the radio. He went to school with Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
And he all the time, not that he downplays her, he's just, oh yeah, that's Sandy. I went to school with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just his level,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm on that level with her.
And I don't think he means it that way, but he's got a personal one-on-one relationship with her. He knew her before she was Sandra Bullock,
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when we sung 10 years on the road, not us, what I'm about to say, but the producer of our group would tell us, you have to dress to the nines no matter where you go. And you have to, which I don't agree with this, but this is like a Southern gospel thing in that day. But you have to dress to the nines no matter where you go. You have to come across to people like you're above them. And they want you to do that. And they want you, or they want to think that they are your dearest friend. And they want to tell all their friends that they know you, or any singer.
Mm-hmm.
They want to have that relationship. Oh, that's just Brandon Lake. I know Brandon. We go way back. I know where he lives. I've been to his house. That's what people want.
Mm-hmm. But as any type of celebrity or person that you perceive as a celebrity, talking about dressing them to the nines, you put them on that pedestal. That's that expectation of they are above you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you expect to see.
Yeah, you know it as well as I do. I could dress with a t-shirt and sweatpants and go into a gas station, and people just treat you like, oh, whatever. If you dress up, you go into a restaurant, you go anywhere, people treat you different.
You dress for success.
Yes. I had a friend once that said, in order to sell $1 million, you have to look like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, that's the same thing. People used to dress up to go to the bank to ask for a loan. They used to try to go sell themselves.
Man, or to get a job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I really think that it's important now more than ever, because of things you've said, Stephen, that I would hope that somebody helps us and likes and shares and helps us get, what we're doing out there if they think it's good. I think it would be good, for what you're doing, Savannah, and the things that you do and the things that Stephen does and anything we post. I think that's a great thing that we help each other if it's something that's wholesome and helpful in the world to better the world.
Absolutely. And to be so far on the other side of this to where we're aware of what's happening. Dude, it's hard to continue posting and doing those things and sharing those things because you know that there's people on the other side judging you, saying, "Oh, that's Stephen, that's Savannah. They're just sharing this stuff. They don't even. They just started believing a couple years ago. Let them settle in before I follow that or like that.
Because it's probably going to fall off anyways and change.
Right, yeah. 3 years ago, he was quoting Socrates. I mean, when's this going to fall off?
That's awesome. But it's true. We're constantly looking for people to fail, I guess.
Right. And I think
not intentionally. It's not an
Exactly.
intentional thing. You just, that's the expectation. How long is that going to last?
Absolutely. And I think we need to just put that aside, not worry about that, because we're letting others choose how we express how we want to express. That's the beauty of social media.
Mhm.
Be us and share what we want to share. And shucks, I think it's great. Just like this podcast. If you're listening, shucks, you're 20 minutes in almost. Share it with somebody. I mean, that's awesome.
Share it. And if you see anybody in media that that is a good person, that they're just trying to do a good thing, help them. In life, we should be helping each other. Jesus, this is one of the hardest things. This is one of the hardest transitions to get to in coming back to full circle. I mean, even like your daughter saying, Dad, we don't care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we get to the place to where the transition is we are not friends at first, but when we find Jesus, the whole body of believers should become a family. And let me just ask you for a second, or us in here, what would you do for your family to see that they succeed? What would you do for a loved one to make sure that they do well? We should want the best. We should want the greatest blessings for those that we love. And it's like the Bible says in Hebrews 10:25, don't stop gathering with believers. And it's really because you're like family in pockets all over the world, in your church, in your community. Don't stop gathering as the body of Christ in your local church. Don't stop gathering. Don't stop gathering with your friends. Don't stop gathering with your family, but not just for fellowship, but this is really important, but to lift each other and to encourage each other. Another word is exhorting one another. And even more so now that you see the day of the Lord approaching. Be blessed.